What happens when a rock legend known for defying every limit starts to face something even he can't fight? Ozzy Osbourne, a name that's been etched into the history of music for over 50 years, has recently shared something that's left fans stunned and searching for answers. The man who once owned the stage with wild energy and fearless attitude is now opening up about a struggle so intense, it's hard to believe. Ozzy's life has been nothing short of a roller coaster, filled with epic highs, shocking lows, and a reputation that is wild as it is legendary. Yet beneath the chaos and the music, there's a story unfolding that few saw coming. The rock icon who faced down addiction, health scares, and endless rumors is now revealing a different kind of battle. One that isn't about rebellion or rock and roll, but something far more personal and painful. This new chapter in Ozzy's life has fans in the music world buzzing because it shows a side of him rarely glimpsed before, a vulnerability that contrasts sharply with the fearless persona we all know. It's a reminder that even those who seem invincible have moments when everything feels overwhelming. The details he shared hint at a challenge that's affecting not just his career, but his very ability to live day to day. And while Ozzy's always been candid in his own way, this feels different. There's a heaviness in his words, a sense that things aren't just difficult. They're changing in a way that could alter everything. But what exactly is going on? And how deep does the struggle go? These questions are at the heart of the buzz surrounding him right now. Fans are holding their breath, trying to piece together clues from recent interviews, social media posts, and whispers from those close to him. Every update feels loaded with meaning, as if Oz himself is preparing us for something major without saying it outright. What's clear is that this isn't just another chapter in the rock star's wild story. It's a turning point, and it's one that's sparking conversations about pain, endurance, and the true cost of a life spent in the spotlight. It's a moment that forces us to rethink everything we thought we knew about resilience. As we dive deeper, we'll explore the reality behind the headlines, the health struggles, the moments of doubt, and the quiet battles Ozzy is facing. We'll look at what this means not just for him, but for the millions who have followed his journey. And soon, the full picture will come into focus, revealing why this moment feels unlike any other in his extraordinary career. So, hold on tight, because the story behind Ozzy's recent revelations is far from what you expect. What comes next will challenge perceptions and reveal a side of the Prince of Darkness few have seen. Over the past several years, Ozzy Osbourne's health has been a subject of growing concern. The legendary rocker has faced a series of medical challenges that, at times, seemed almost relentless. Most notably, Ozzy's battle with Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological condition that affects movement, has slowly but surely taken a toll on his once unbreakable energy and stage presence. Fans first noticed signs of struggle when Ozzy appeared less mobile and more fragile during public appearances and tours. But what many didn't realize was how much pain he was silently enduring. Parkinson's disease is notorious for causing tremors, stiffness, and difficulty with balance, making simple tasks feel like monumental challenges. For someone who built a career on wild performances and physical endurance, this diagnosis hit hard. That wasn't the only hurdle. Over the years, Ozzy has dealt with multiple injuries, including a serious fall that required hospitalization and surgery. Those incidents worsened his condition, leading to complications that affected his nerves and muscles. The pain didn't just come from one source. It was a combination of his illness and physical trauma that created a perfect storm of suffering. More recently, sources close to Ozzy have shared that his daily pain has intensified dramatically. What once might have been manageable has now reached a point where even basic movement causes immense discomfort. This isn't just about aging or illness. It's about a fight that's wearing down one of rock's most iconic figures in a way that's difficult to witness. Despite all this, Ozzy has remained remarkably private about the full extent of his condition. He's known for his humor and defiant spirit, often brushing off questions with jokes or vague answers. But behind the scenes, the reality is far more serious. The pain is so bad that it limits his ability to move freely, leaving him frustrated and isolated. What makes the situation even more striking is the contrast between the Ozzy we know and the Ozzy we see now. The wild Prince of Darkness, who once thrilled crowds with his unpredictable antics, is now facing limitations that no amount of fame or fortune can fix. His resilience has been tested in ways few expected, and the weight of his struggles is becoming impossible to hide. As we move forward, we'll uncover how this growing health crisis led Ozzy to share a message that caught everyone off guard, one that hints at a profound shift in his life and career. But before we get there, it's important to understand just how deep these battles run and why they've left even the toughest rock stars searching for answers. The next part of this story will reveal the moment Ozzy opened up publicly about the pain that's been controlling his life, an admission that sent shockwaves through the music world and beyond. What he said next would set the stage for the biggest question fans have been asking. What does the future hold for Ozzy Osbourne? Recently, Ozzy Osbourne made a statement that caught everyone off guard, a rare moment of raw honesty from the Prince of Darkness. For someone who built a career on resilience and rebellion, what he revealed was deeply personal and unsettling. Ozzy admitted that the pain he's been battling has reached a point where moving is nearly impossible. It's a confession that carries the weight of a man confronting his own limits, and it sent shockwaves through his fans and the music community alike. He didn't sugarcoat the reality. Ozzy spoke openly about how the physical suffering has become so severe that even the simplest actions, getting out of bed, walking, or standing, are tremendous challenges. The relentless pain isn't just uncomfortable, it's debilitating. For a man whose life has been defined by energy and performance, this admission was both heartbreaking and shocking. What makes this announcement so powerful is the vulnerability behind it. Ozzy, known for his wild stage antics and defiant attitude, showed a side rarely seen by the public. It's the side of a man who, despite fame and fortune, is deeply human, facing a battle that fame can't fix or hide. This isn't just about health problems. It's about a profound moment of reckoning. Fans reacted immediately, flooded with concern and support. Social media exploded with messages of love, memories, and well wishes. It was clear that Ozzy's impact goes far beyond music. He's been a symbol of strength and rebellion for generations. But hearing him admit to such pain brought a sobering reminder. Even legends have their breaking points. At the same time, rumors began swirling. Was this a sign that Ozzy might be stepping back from the scene for good? Was retirement on the horizon? Speculation grew about what this meant for his music, his tours, and his legacy. The uncertainty added a layer of tension to an already emotional situation. Ozzy's statement was more than a simple update. It was a moment that felt like a quiet farewell, even if he didn't say it outright. The pain he described wasn't just physical, it was emotional, too. The frustration of being unable to do what he loves, the struggle with his own body, and the looming question of what comes next. It all hung in the air, heavy and unspoken. But Ozzy's announcement also sparked reflection. It made fans think about the real cost of decades in the spotlight, the sacrifices behind the music, and the human toll of a life lived at full throttle. It was a reminder that behind the legend, there's a man facing the most difficult battle of all, accepting vulnerability. As we continue, we'll look at how this moment fits into the bigger picture of Ozzy's career, the impact on his fans, and what this could mean for the future. The story is far from over, but this announcement marked a turning point, one that nobody saw coming but everyone felt. Ozzy Osbourne's career has been nothing short of legendary, spanning over 5 decades, shaping heavy metal and inspiring countless artists around the world. But recent years have seen a significant slowdown, a sharp contrast to the relentless energy he once displayed on stage. His health struggles have forced him to reconsider how much longer he can keep going, and it's clear that the toll is affecting more than just his body. It's shaking the foundation of his musical journey. Tour cancellations and postponed appearances have become increasingly frequent. Fans are watching concern as Ozzy scale back live performances, something that once defined his connection to his audience. The high-energy shows and theatrical stage presence that made him an icon are now rare glimpses into a past era. This shift has fueled rumors that retirement might be on the horizon, stirring a mix of sadness and speculation among fans and insiders. The studio, once a place where Ozzy poured his heart and soul into groundbreaking albums, has also become a more challenging environment. Collaborators and producers have noted the difficulty in keeping sessions going amid Ozzy's physical limitations. While he's expressed a desire to keep creating music, the reality of his condition is undeniable. There are whispers that his next project could be his last, a final chapter carefully crafted as a farewell to fans who have stood by him through every twist and turn. Yet, even in the face of these challenges, Ozzy's influence remains as strong as ever. Fans continue to rally behind him, sharing memories, favorite song, and heartfelt messages that speak to the lasting impact he's had on their lives. His legacy is a testament to his resilience and the way his music transcended generations. Still, the question lingers, how long can this go on? Behind the scenes, the music industry watches closely. Ozzy's health has become a sensitive topic among colleagues and collaborators, many of whom admire his courage but also worry about the future. There's a recognition that the man who helped define a genre is now at a crossroads. What happens next could reshape the rock landscape and influence how artists approach aging and illness in the public eye. The rumors swirling around possible retirement or final tour have only intensified the conversation. Some insiders suggest Ozzy may already be preparing for a farewell, whether through music, live shows, or other projects. Others hold on to hope that he'll find new ways to connect with fans, adapting to his condition while keeping the spirit alive. What remains undeniable is the deep emotional connection between Ozzy and his audience. His music has been a soundtrack for rebellion, pain, and triumph, and fans are eager to see how this chapter will end. Whether it's a slow goodbye or a bold final statement, the impact of his health struggles on his career is profound, shaping not just his future, but the way we remember a rock legend. Ozzy Osbourne's life has never been without its share of drama. From wild antics on stage to headline-making personal moments, controversy has always followed the Prince of Darkness. But in recent years, these stories have taken on a different tone, one that intersects with his health struggles and paints a more complex picture of a man grappling with both fame and frailty. Throughout his career, Ozzy was no stranger to shock value. His on-stage stunts, rebellious lyrics, and turbulent personal life kept him in the spotlight, sometimes for all the wrong reasons. Over time, fans came to expect the unexpected, and controversy almost became part of his brand. But now, as his health has declined, those past stories feel like echoes of a wilder era, clashing with the reality he faces today. Rumors about Ozzy's well-being have been swirling for years, often fueled by cryptic social media posts, cancellations, and hospital visits. Some speculated about worsening health conditions, while others whispered about personal struggles behind closed doors. These rumors have sometimes sparked concern, but they've also led to misinformation and speculation that can be hard to separate from the truth. More recently, speculation intensified when Ozzy's public appearances became fewer and more fragile. Fans and media outlets began questioning whether these signs pointed to a looming retirement or something more serious. The mystery surrounding his condition and future has led to countless debates online, with people wondering what's fact and what's just rumor. At the same time, there's been a shift in how Ozzy handles public scrutiny. Known for his defiant responses in the past, he now seems more guarded, choosing to reveal only what feels necessary. This change has left fans hungry for information but also respectful of his privacy, creating a delicate balance between public interest and personal boundaries. What's striking is how these controversies and rumors highlight the contrast between Ozzy's past and present. The wild rock star who once seemed unstoppable is now navigating a very different reality, one marked by uncertainty, vulnerability, and tough decisions. It's a reminder that even legends face moments when the chaos calms, and the real struggles come to light. As we move forward, it's important to see these stories not just as gossip, but as part of the broader narrative of Ozzy's life, a story of resilience, pain, and the complicated relationship between fame and health. Behind every legend is a support system, often unseen, but absolutely essential. For Ozzy Osbourne, that lifeline has always been his family. As his health battles have intensified, the role of those closest to him has become even more critical. While fans see the headlines and the interviews, what they don't always see is the quiet, unwavering strength of a family that's been holding him up when things get too heavy. Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy's wife and longtime manager, has stood by his side through every storm, career highs, personal lows, addiction, rehab, relapses, and now his health decline. Known for her fierce loyalty and no-nonsense attitude, Sharon has taken on a new role in recent years. That of caregiver, an advocate, and often a voice Ozzy doesn't have the strength to use. She's spoken publicly about the toll his illness has taken, not just on him, but on their entire family dynamic. Their children, especially Kelly and Jack, have also stepped up in meaningful ways. While both have carved their own paths in entertainment, they remain close to their father, often appearing with him in documentaries and interviews that reveal the human side of the rock god. Kelly has talked about how heartbreaking it is to see her father in pain, while Jack has opened up about how the experience has reshaped his own views on family and resilience. What makes the Osbournes unique is their openness. Even during dark times, they've never hidden from the truth. Whether it was airing their chaotic home life on reality TV or speaking out about serious health challenges, the family has always let the public in on their own terms. That transparency has earned them a loyal following and a deep sense of empathy from fans around the world. In recent months, the family has become even more protective of Ozzy, carefully managing his schedule, media appearances, and even public statements. It's clear that every move is being made with his health in mind. Gone are the days of pushing through pain for the sake of the spotlight. Now, it's about balance, dignity, and preserving what strength he has left. But that doesn't mean the fire is gone. If anything, Ozzy's connection with his family has become a new kind of fuel, a reminder of what truly matters when the stage lights dim. Their support has been a crucial part of helping him come to terms with the idea that his career may be winding down. It's not easy for a man who once ruled the stage, but with his loved ones beside him, it's a transition made with love, not fear. For most of his life, Ozzy Osbourne didn't look back. He charged forward, louder and wilder with each passing year. But now, with his body forcing him to slow down, the man who once screamed into the void is quietly reflecting on what comes next. And in a rare series of recent comments, Ozzy opened up about the weight of his journey, the pain of letting go, and what he hopes to leave behind. Despite his physical condition, Ozzy hasn't completely ruled out returning to music or doing one last project. In fact, he's made it clear he's not giving up without a fight. But the fight looks different now. It's no longer about outdoing the last show or hitting the next tour stop. It's about finding peace with where he's been, what he's built, and how the world will remember him. When asked directly about retirement, Ozzy was blunt, but also emotional. He admitted the thought of never performing again haunts him. "That's what I live for," he confessed in a recent interview. But then came a line that truly shook fans. "The pain is so bad I can't move." That wasn't just a medical update. It was a moment of raw truth. A legend confessing that even his passion couldn't override the limits of his body anymore. And so, the picture becomes clearer. Ozzy's not just stepping away from the stage. He's stepping into a new phase of his life, one where music may still live on, but in different forms. He's talked about recording from home, working on collaborations, maybe even mentoring younger artists. If he can't move the way he used to, he's finding ways to still let his voice be heard. His legacy, of course, is already cemented. From Black Sabbath's groundbreaking sound to his solo career that redefined heavy metal, Ozzy didn't just change music. He changed the culture around it. And as he looks toward the future, he's made it clear. He wants to be remembered not just as the madman of rock, but as someone who overcame the impossible again and again. There's also a sense that Ozzy wants to protect the legacy he's built. He doesn't want to fade away on stage, struggling through shows that don't live up to what fans remember. He wants to go out on his own terms, whether that means one final album, a goodbye message to his fans, or simply disappearing from the spotlight with grace. And while that may sound like an ending, Ozzy himself doesn't seem to think of it that way. "I'm not dying yet," he said with a crooked smile. It's the kind of line only he could deliver, half joke, half battle cry. Even in retreat, there's a flicker of defiance. Because if there's one thing Ozzy's proven time and again, it's that you can never fully count him out. Ozzy Osbourne has never been easy to define. He's the godfather of heavy metal, the face of rock rebellion, a survivor, and somehow, against all odds, still standing after decades of chaos, controversy, and crushing pain. But now, standing at the edge of what feels like the final chapter, the question on everyone's mind refuses to go away. Is this truly goodbye? The signs are there. The rare public appearances, the raw, emotional confessions, the slowing pace, and most of all, that brutal admission. The pain is so bad I can't move. It's not just a statement. It's a signal, one that fans didn't want to hear, but deep down maybe knew was coming. Ozzy isn't just tired, he's exhausted. His body is breaking down in a way that no tour bus, no crowd, no doctor can fix. And still, he faces it with the same brutal honesty that's defined him from day one. But if this is goodbye, it doesn't feel like an ending filled with regret. It feels like a legacy sealed with dignity. Ozzy is bowing out not because he wants to, but because he has to. And in doing so, he's showing strength that doesn't require guitars or spotlight. Strength in letting go. Strength in knowing when enough is enough. Fans around the world are already feeling the shift. They're not just mourning the music. They're celebrating the man. Social media is flooded with tributes, old concert footage, and heartfelt messages. Generations who grew up on his music are now watching when their icons step back. And while it hurts, there's also deep gratitude in the air. Gratitude for the wild ride, the unfiltered honesty, and the way Ozzy lived like no one else dared to. And that's the thing, Ozzy Osbourne never asked to be anyone's hero. But somehow, through all the madness and mayhem, he became one. Not for perfection, but for persistence, for defying the odds, for getting back up every time the world thought he was finished. So is this the end? Maybe, maybe not. With Ozzy, there's always room for one more twist, one more defiant moment. But even if the stage goes dark and the amps go silent, the impact will echo forever. His voice, his music, his spirit, they're not going anywhere, because legends don't just fade. They become part of us. And Ozzy Osbourne, he's already immortal. No matter what comes next, one thing is clear. The Prince of Darkness gave us everything he had. And if this is the final bow, it's one hell of a goodbye. Like and subscribe for more. Until next time.